Okay. First of all, I'd like to have a shout out to our fans. We had a great crowd tonight. Students are doing a terrific job of showing up to every game and really creating an incredible environment for our guys to compete in. We feed off their energy a great deal, and they've been awesome. And we knew tonight coming in we were going to play a well-coached team that's been playing really, really well to this point right now, especially over the last couple ball games, shooting the ball extremely well, playing a little faster than the first time we played those guys. Elite defense. We were going to have to take care of the basketball and really get back and set our defense and rebound the ball at a high clip. But really good team win tonight. I thought every guy that came in tonight really had a contribution to the game, whether it was on defense, rebounding, scoring the ball for us, but just a great team win at home.
Yeah, Brock, y'all had a lot of success late in the second half, kind of going to that small ball lineup where you're kind of playing the five alongside Timmy. I'm curious, what do you think was working with that lineup so well, and is that something that you guys use a lot in practice together?
I think it was successful because we're able to stretch the court. You have shooters at every position. You have to respect it. So you can't guard everything, so you have to pick your poison at that point from deep.
Hey, Marcus, was there a move for you guys to go more up-tempo after that struggle you had out there in Stillwater? Because it seemed like y'all were looking to run more.
We're always looking to run. That's something that we kind of try to have as a team identity. We try to play fast and, get easy baskets in transition, and we look to our defense to really help us do that. If we're able to create turnovers and easy stops, then we can get out and run. But, even running on makes is something we want to do as well. So the whole season we've been putting the emphasis on, playing fast and running.
Brock, Coach Boynton, and the Oklahoma State players, they all said that they felt like y'all were the tougher team. I know every game in this league is tough, but how much of tonight's win was defined by toughness for 40 minutes?
It was the entire game. This whole week the prep coming into this game was about it being a toughness game, and the team responded and really understood that message and took it to the game.
Brock, I'm starting to get you confused with J.J. Redick. You're knocking down all these threes, and I know you were 11 to 23 last year, so you weren't chopped liver, but you're shooting them more and you're making them more this year. What kind of preparation did you do in the offseason to tighten up that part of your game?
Just put the time in. Learned the offense and learned where my shots were going to come from, and I work on those game shots every single day.
Marcus, when Oklahoma State started, they seemed to try to spread you guys out. They weren't having that at all. Forced them to shoot in the perimeter off balance. What was the communication like on the court to not let them spread you out?
We just had a great scouting report. The coaches do their job, to an extreme level. We're always prepared for every single game, so they give us the game plan, and we're able to go out there and execute. We know that they're a great defensive team and a physical team, and a team that can get hot and shoot the ball well. They ended up making 8 threes, so we didn't want to give them that many, but we were able to tighten up in other defensive areas, so we were still able to come out with the win. But we knew that they wanted to be aggressive, get downhill, and look for their shooters, and we just tried to take that away.
Marcus, you guys scored 10 points in about a 3-minute stretch between the end of the first half and the start of the second half. I don't know if it was execution, sense of urgency, but what allowed you guys, because they cut it to 3, and then 3 minutes of game time, you guys are up by 13. What was it about that stretch that allowed you guys to pull away?
Just our defense. It's always our defense. Our defense helps our offense. So even in times where we may not be making shots, or the other team is going on a run, obviously we want to buckle down and start to get stops, and we were able to do that. We just have an emphasis on trying to get stops in a row, put together stops so that we can build leads and go on runs and stuff like that. Basketball is a game of runs, and this is a great league, as everybody knows. So another team is going to go on a run. They're going to have a stretch where they make shots, but we just have to try and limit those to maybe 1 or 2 times a game and not a very long stretch of time.
Brock, what kind of impact does the blue jean jacket have on your shooting?
Not a lot. Not as much as I wish. I put some jean shorts on, I'll shoot 10 for 10. But, the success is because of the guys around me. Started with Marcus, Tyrese, Timmy, just being able to get me open, and the opposing team has to respect them. That's why I get those open shots.
Rodney, you mentioned rebounding. I think you guys were plus 14 at the end of the night. How big of a point of emphasis was that coming in? And then when you realized Cisse is not available, just needing to take advantage of the edge you guys had on the glass?
No, it was a big emphasis going into the ball game. They're an elite level rebounding team. They did a great job on the glass up there. We did a good job tonight, though. We had 12 offensive rebounds at third place and ended up with 14 tonight. I thought Dylan DeSue was really great on the offensive glass. I thought Dylan Mitchell gave us great activity on the glass. But to have 14 offensive rebounds was really big, and to be a plus 14, that was a huge point in the game.
Yeah, Rodney, Brock obviously does so many little things to help impact the game, but now that he's really turned into a knockdown shooter, a guy that you can't sag off, that spaces the floor, how much of an impact has that made, just being able to leave him out there in late game situations and be confident that he can take the shot?
Oh, absolutely, Nick. That's huge for our team, to have a guy that can stretch the floor from the perimeter in the big spot. We play a lot of teams that often switch at times or try to trap markers really hard. To have a guy you can throw the ball back to and he can make a three, that's huge for us. We know Kristen Bishop's capable of doing it. Dylan DeSue's capable of doing it. Brock has shown that he can do it in games as well and stuff. So that's a huge opportunity for our offense to get things going for him to be able to make shots for us.
Coach, these games been tough games. It's almost like it's practice for what you're about to face on Saturday against Tennessee. Can you talk about what that game will mean to you if you win and play against your boss, I guess? Yeah,
no, Terry. We played against the top 10 defense tonight. We were able to score 89 points. We had a little bit more turnovers than we wanted to have. We always try to have 10 or less. We had 18 tonight. But give them credit. They do a great job defending. We'll play the best defensive team in the country on Saturday. Coach Barnes, it's like family to me. He's a mentor, someone that I stay in close contact with on a regular basis. But it's going to be a great game. It's going to be a great atmosphere. It's what you want, and when you come to Texas to play in these kind of games, college game days there, So I think it's going to be a special opportunity for us. I've only had a chance to coach against him one time here in a highly competitive game years ago when I was at Fresno State, and we'll be excited about the challenge going up and competing against one of the best teams in the country.
Rodney, what's your relationship with Terrence Rencher like, and what does it mean to see him coaching and doing what he's doing? Because I know you were heavily involved in that. Man, T. Ranch is a class guy. He came back here when I was here working as an assistant and, really mentored a lot of our players. Had a chance to have a successful professional career in the NBA and then overseas. And I thought the world of him in terms of the way he just carried himself. Really tried to get Rick to hire him here as well. And Rick didn't hire him here and stuff. But, just a guy that I thought was going to be terrific in the business. And I convinced one of my really good friends over at Sam Houston to give him a job. And Porter Moser called me and said he needed a guy. And I said, I've got the perfect guy for you over at St. Louis, working for Coach Majerus. And we put him over there. And so we put him in some good spots early in his career to work with some really good people. And just really proud of what he's doing and how he carries himself. He is a great ambassador for Texas basketball. He's the all-time leading scorer here. You'd never know it because he's so humble in the way he carries himself. But, no, we have a great friendship.
Rodney, there's a sequence I asked Marcus about with the last, 2 minutes of the first half and starting the second half. Both those times you guys got hot. Did you emphasize anything in those stretches, or is that just a veteran team understanding the situation and closing out the half and starting the half hot?
No, Jeff, the emphasis in that 4-minute game, I think you're talking about the last 4 minutes there. We needed to win the 4 minutes. We needed to close the half out the right way. And so it's so important that teams learn to start the half the right way and end the half the right way. And we needed to really sit down and get some stops. I think to that point we only had maybe 2 times in the course of that first half where we got consecutive stops, 3 in a row. We needed to try to win it on the defensive end, and we needed to try to come down and earn baskets the right way to close out that half. We were in the bonus and had a chance to get to the foul line as well, so we needed to play Texas basketball.
Archie, when we were growing up, guys like Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas would play a year or two, and then they go to the pros. But now we're in an era where you got guys that are staying for 4, 5, 6 years. What advantages does that give you? Because you have an old team, and these guys aren't going to panic. And what kind of advantage does that give you in the best conference in college basketball?
Oh, Cedric, great question. Magic Johnson, my favorite player of all time, my guy. I think they have an older team, one that's playing with urgency, and what their goals were set at the very beginning of the year. And a lot of these guys, this is their last experience in college right now, and they know what they're playing for right now. They're grown men. They're young adults right now, and in essence, the way we tried to get our older guys to really approach this year is really your first year of pro basketball. If you have that mindset, you're preparing yourself next year to whatever comes your way. Timmy Allen really had to adjust to the way we were playing this year, just like he's going to have to adjust next year in a totally different type of system. Maybe playing fast, maybe playing slow, but this is your first year of professional basketball. Okay, let's really use your experience that you have right now to not only help our team try to win, but help the young players, help bring those guys along. And don't forget that you were a young player at one point as well. They do a great job really mentoring. Ontario and Dylan Mitchell, Alex, and all those guys, they do a great job working with those young guys, just keeping them in the gym, understanding how important it is. Don't get bored with the fundamentals. Really continue to work on your skill set. But there's so many intangibles that they bring to the table with their experience.
Yeah, Rodney, I know obviously, everybody talks a lot about Marcus's offense, but I think he's got 6 steals over his last couple games, and he's been a guy that's, looks like he's playing the passing lanes better. What do you make of his defense this year?
Yeah, Nick, we're trying to challenge, 1 or 2 guys that want to be on the all-defensive team. If you got 1 or 2 guys on the all-defensive team, then you're probably a great chance you won the league. Marcus has done a great job following scouting reports. I think our team as a whole has gotten better with our one-on-one defense. We work on it every day because we feel like we can do a good job of guarding guys' sets. Now it gets down to personnel and understanding what guys' tendencies are. But he's done a great job with being in the right place and coming up with some timely steals for us. And if you're a guy that lead the league in steals, or if you're in the top 2 in steals, you got a chance to be on the all-defensive team. And he's done a good job for us this year with that.
Ronnie, you talked about Dylan DeSue earlier. Through this stretch of conference play, do you feel like he's getting to the point where you can depend on him night in and night out to give you, you could expect a certain level of production from him?
Absolutely. I mean, he's one of the top shot blockers in the league right now, giving us tremendous rim protection. He's rebounding the ball for us at a high clip, and now we're getting the scoring piece. I think he's getting more and more comfortable and understanding that we want him to be a focal point in terms of scoring the ball for us. And he's a really good IQ, intelligent player. He's a cerebral guy for us on defense. He understands the scouting report. And I think the biggest challenge for us as a staff is to get him to communicate more out there and share his cerebral thinking out there on the floor with the other guys in terms of what we need to do from a defensive standpoint as well. So he's been terrific over the last, give or take, 5-6 ball games, to be honest with you, and he's healthy right now. So that's really big for us as well. But really pleased with what he's doing right now for us. Thank you.